Hi guys, Lucille here from Club Artistry Heaven. I hope you guys are well. Thank you for coming back to my channel. Those who are new, welcome, welcome. If you are in the business of wanting to start up your own digital product business, or you want to start selling on Etsy digital products, or you just want to find out more about AI and how AI can help you with creating your digital products, you are in the right place. Those who have returned, the returning visitors, thank you so much for your continued support. All your comments, I read all of them. I respond to all of them. If I missed one, please just comment again so that I can get notification and I will gladly come back to you. So if you don't know me, my name is Lucille and I'm the founder of Club Artistry Heaven. I sell mainly clip art designs on Etsy. I'm about a year and a bit into it, and I'm just on a journey to share my wins, my losses, my mistakes, and everything that I've learned over the past year or so, so that anyone who I've just described who is interested, who wants to learn, can join my free community and just connect with me on Facebook or email or whatever. So today's video is all about AI AI prompts, my membership, how it can help you, and just for existing members who are currently in the membership, just show you how to use the prompts. I don't think I've ever really shown a video how best to use the prompts in the monthly membership. I have done many videos on just like copying and pasting, but I think today I just want to show you how versatile the prompts are and how you can copy it. And even though it says Artistly as a system, or it says Canva AI or Canva Dreamlab, the previous name that it was known as, or if it says Ideogram or Kittle, I just want to show you how the same prompt can be used in multiple systems. And yeah, I think I've had quite a bit of questions this week alone on, where a few would say, could you just show me how you do it? Or another person said, I copied the prompt, but it's not giving me the exact same output. So I think I just want to spend a bit of time on this video to show you or to guide you how you can use the prompt in a different system to the one that I have indicated in the structure of the prompt. So without further yapping, let me go to my screen and then I'll show you quickly how you can use the prompts in the Vault in your software of choice. Okay, so let's do this. Just minimize myself. So you'll see the gnomes in front of you. This is the most recent listing that I've done. I do listings about definitely weekly. Some days I load more prompts than maybe the day before, the day after, but every week you will have fresh stock. Weekends, when I have more time, I drop more prompts. And that's just the nature of how I do the prompts. I try for daily, but if I don't, I either doubled up the day before or doubled up the next day, just so that you understand the nature of the prompts. Okay, so the gnomes collection, which is currently sitting under, let me just do this, sitting under Artistly only. So if you are a member, if you log in, you will get clip arts, personal brand dolls, and then Artistly, which is where you'll find these ones. I'm not an old user of Artistly. I'm fairly new with Artistly, but even in my first week when I created prompts, especially this one, I sold new Artistly images on Etsy as well as my own digital store. So it's a software that I didn't use. It's one of the latest ones that I started using now. But just to let you know that even though it's a new system to me, I'm already seeing sales and getting a return from the software. So we can look at anyone's, but let me just go to Gnomes. Okay, let's go back. And then, so I'll give you a preview of what you can expect in a particular submodule. So if we go to digital stickers, you'll get a preview of the digital stickers that I've created. If you go to Book Lover Girl and so on and so forth. So you'll first get like an introduction of what you can expect. And then as you scroll down, you will get a bigger size image of the output. You will get the title, Dream, Hustle, Repeat, Boss Babe, Coffee, Clip Art. I'll give you the date as to when I created this. The system that I've used, actually this format is not right. And then the ratio that I typically use. And then also within Artistly, you'll see Artistly, within Artistly, I tell you what is the art style that I selected in Artistly over there. Okay, so I give you all that intro information. Then this is the prompt, which is what is copied and pasted, but I've also tested this myself, and I have also started bringing in the tech details, because the tech details tells you the resolution, the image type. Is it a realistic image? Is it a watercolor image? Is it a 3D? Is it a Pixar? What is it? Is it a Disney-like type of design? Is it a chibi doll? So I find that with all this additional tech information, details, right, the system understands and digests the prompt instruction better than when I just do this. Although at times when I just copy this section, it also works, but maybe try that if you are still struggling with prompts. Gives you the color palette, the focus elements where the focus should be on the image, the composition, the lighting, etc. So just in terms of the structure of the membership, so you get the image, you get the tech details, you get the prompt description, the system of use, the date, etc., and all of that. Obviously, you don't have to copy any of this information. You don't have to copy any of this into the prompt. It's got nothing to do with the actual prompt. This is just information for you as like a member, so that you can see and follow by the dates and see when I posted, and they can see the recency of and the work that I've done behind the scenes and when I did what. So that's just like full disclosure to the member. The suggested tags is research tags that I have done on systems like eRank or Allura or Insight Factory, etc. So the tags that I put here is tags that I've listed and that I've researched, and also what I'm using in some of my listings, right? So just FYI to you. And then basically what you can do. So what I suggest you do is, let's say you want to create a consistent bundle of this nature, right? You see the images, the patriotic gnomes, the African themed gnomes, etc. So let's say you like something and you want to replicate it. So let's go to the first one just to get on with it. So this is the structure. You see, this is better. So the title is on the left, the date, the system. I need to just change that other one. So you copy the prompt and it reads, create a whimsical color, watercolor style illustration of a rhythmic gnome dancing mid-motion. The gnome features two thick, coily ponytails emerging from beneath the textured sunset orange gnome hat with a soft glitter detailing, right, full stop. The character is holding a gold-edged tambourine in one hand while lifting one foot. So you can see it's quite descriptive in terms of what it's seeing on the right. Okay, so let's just first test without the tech details. You copy the prompt and just keep in mind it says Artistly, because I'm letting you know this is the output that Artistly as a software has given me. Okay, but let's go to Kittle. We'll start with Kittle. And then we will just, let me first prompt, go back, right? So then you saw I copied, I paste, and then I'm just letting the system know I want a clip art style and I want it in a watercolor design, right? Then we just copy a few canvas. Okay. Okay, let's just copy some more to this, and then we will just wait for the image to generate. While we're waiting, let's go to Abacus. So if you don't know, Abacus is $10 per month. It is a LLM similar to ChatGPT. The nice thing about the Abacus AI is that you get 22 systems within Abacus. Abacus is smart enough, like if you want to code or if you want to write a blog or if you want to generate prompts or whatever the task is that you give Abacus. Abacus is smart enough to be able to choose the best software system at its disposal for the task that you are setting it up for. So for example, Cloud is in it, Gemini is in it, ChatGPT is in Abacus, you've got DeepSeek, you've got Grok, you've got Llama, which is a meta system, you've got Perplexity, and I keep on seeing updates made here. So like if you want to write an email, I would probably use the email answering agent app, but the point is that the system is smart enough to know which system to use. So in Abacus, I like to use DALL-E, which is also image generation, one of many. You've got Flux here, you've got GPT image generator, you've got Imagen and Ideogram, and the list just goes on. Some of them I actually don't know, so I can't even speak to it. So I choose DALL-E. I choose 2 images per output. I paste the prompt, sorry, and then I would maybe just start, because sometimes my prompt doesn't have on a white background. Okay, so I'll just put that there to safeguard myself. Generate, right? These are also, okay, let's leave it there. I haven't really fiddled with that. Then 1:1 ratio, generate. Then we can go to Artistly. Now, I just want to mention here, I think this is something that a lot of people maybe don't understand, or maybe I haven't explained it. Each image generator has got a bias on the words that is being fed into the system. So Kittle's developer, DALL-E's developer, ChatGPT's developer, and so on and so forth. All these developers have different bias towards the words that are being used when creating or copying a prompt, right? So basically what I'm saying, the prompt that you are using for DALL-E will be interpreted slightly different to the way Kittle does it, the way Artistly, because these are different developers and their language or understanding of a language is different. So that is why sometimes when you copy the prompt into a system or a different system, it gives you a totally different output. It doesn't mean there's something wrong with the prompt. It means that you need to know and understand the system a little bit better to know what works for DALL-E. Now, like you've just seen me saying, I'm going to mention like a clip of white, like on a white background. There's a reason I did that here, because if you don't specify, then it tends to bring some disturbances on the background. So that's why, even though the prompt didn't say it, I know DALL-E to that extent. The same goes, or not the same, differently with AI, with Artistly. What I've learned with Artistly, DALL-E doesn't have all these modules, right? So all these modules is not you don't have the luxury of this in DALL-E. I've got a limitation of this in Kittle, and when I say limitation, let me show you over here. Okay, so that's the output there, right? So, okay, if we go back, a limitation in the sense of these, actually, no, I think I misspoke. I don't think they are limited, maybe just a variation, right? So by clicking clip art and watercolor, you're already pre-coding the system where the system is being told exactly what it needs to generate. So it will not bring a funny background or a digital background, which is something similar to this. What I'm telling you now or explaining to you now is for you to understand the system's bias, in the sense that the way the systems are coded, you can't think of it as, if I use this prompt, copy paste, copy paste, copy paste, copy paste, it will all give me the same output. It won't. It will give you variations. But I think what I'm trying to explain to you is, in Kittle, for example, if you choose clip art, which is your first step, if you choose image styles, if you choose vector styles, patterns, etc., when you code it, click on it, clip art, and then watercolor, you're already removing unnecessary instructions in your prompt, because the system is smart to understand what we are dealing with now. The same can be said with Artistly. The system, it's almost like level of skill, right? Midjourney, I think, is the worst. Midjourney is the worst in trying to prompt to a specification. And the reason I say that, I don't have an active subscription at the moment with Midjourney because I actually don't need it right now. But should the need arise, then I'll just resubscribe. But my experience with Midjourney, and you will always hear me saying that I favor Midjourney more than any other software, primarily because I started with Midjourney. And a bulk of my experience in image generating and building bundles and creating consistent bundles is in Midjourney. So unfortunately or fortunately, it's just how it is, right? Although in the vault you will know that this is very broad in systems. So we've got Ideogram, we've got Midjourney. We've got, because I am more in it like a teacher capacity now, I have to be a bit more, I have to diversify, if you want to call it that. I have to diversify in, let's say, systems. Here I use Dreamlab. So I'm not stuck on a system because I'm in a teacher capacity, if that makes sense, you see. So I just want to demonstrate to you that it's, I don't because I prefer Midjourney, I'm going to just fill up the membership with Midjourney. If you sign up, that's not the case. So just getting back to my point, Kittle is pre-coded. If you click on certain things, you already presetting it. If you click digital, presetting it. So you bypass the step of having to build like a super on point prompt, because the system is coded. You're coding the system through the steps, right? Same goes with Artistly. It is very confusing, and as I've already mentioned, I'm not an old user of Artistly, but I do enjoy it. I have only used limited functions here. But what I want you to understand is you need to understand the strengths and the differences of the systems, first and foremost. If we go to Artistly and I paste that prompt in here, right? And we generate. And if we can just reflect on this one, you see, DALL-E is another one. I had to tweak DALL-E's prompt with the white background because there's no settings in the image generator. There's no settings for me to choose watercolor or watercolor clip art or vector or flat lay or 3D. I hope I'm making some sense. So with Midjourney and especially DALL-E, you have to, your prompt game must be higher in those systems versus Kittle, Artistly, even Ideogram. If I can quickly show you Ideogram. Some say ideogram. I don't know. My mom says pronunciation is a personal matter. So ideogram. Let me just show you. Ideograms also got their system, their built-in, let me show you the style. So, okay, we can even test here. Paste, right? I'm still using the same prompt. I haven't changed apart from in DALL-E, I said white background, right? Now you'll see if you leave it on auto, it kind of does its own thing. Random will give you 4 different random ones. General is flexible style, suitable for most uses, including artistic and abstract work. Under a gamble over there. Design is more where you at, like for designing. And realistic would give you very realistic images, right? So we've got that. We've got the ratio here, the aspect ratio. We've got design, and then we generate. Okay, well, let's go back to Artistly over here. And then now, again, I just want to remind you, look, that's beautiful. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, right? I just want to remind you, because the prompt in the vault said Artistly, there will be bias in Artistly, because that's exactly where I got the prompt from over here. And I shared that prompt with you. So I know that if you have an Artistly membership, you will get very close to my results. Let's go to Canva. Okay. Let's do the same with Canva. And let's go to the AI generator, which is here. And then we'll just, now Canva is like Kittle and Artistly, it's got pre-codings, which is great for beginners. Midjourney doesn't have that. DALL-E doesn't have that. ChatGPT doesn't have that. You have to up your game in those systems, which is why the monthly membership is perfect, because I'm giving you all that tech details to help you with any system that you use, to help you get the closest output to the example that I've given in the vault. And that is why this information is so important over here. Okay, let's go to, over here. So we want to design. I want you to create an image for me. Okay, so you already, can you see you coding this? You're starting to code the system. Then you're telling it over here. So now you've got cinematic concept, creative, bokeh, macro, illustration. Illustration is mostly where I do clip art designs. If it's not illustration, I play between illustration and sketch color. So those are the 2 options for clip art. If I want to do realistic images like a mock-up image or stock images for Christmas or whatever holiday, right? Then I would go to stock photo. So even though you've got the membership to the vault, you need to up your knowledge on the systems. But that's where I come in. And if you have questions, which is what my members do, they reach out to me, they share the prompt with me and the output, and then I can just look and see which system they are using, and I can tweak the prompt for them and say, okay, like do this, add this, remove that, and then paste it back in. And I think because of all the years of experience, I am in a position to do that. Although we don't always get it right. Sometimes it just means you need to regenerate the same prompt to give you a couple of options. Okay. So I think this conversation is important to be had, and to eliminate any confusion and anything that you like maybe you don't understand why you're not getting it right. But I think I need to drill it through to say that each system has got its own developer, it's got its own bias towards the English language, it's got its own understanding of what watercolor means to it. Okay. And sometimes it just means you need to add a few lines, remove a few lines, whatever, to get the system to work for you. So we've done our presets here. We don't want a stock photo, sorry, we want it in either illustration, and I'll do another one immediately in watercolor. So I'll just copy over here, reuse prompt. Instead of illustration, I want to go to sketch. And then sometimes what I also do, so I'll copy again here. Sometimes what I also do, I leave it on none. So you leave it blank, but now you're leaning on all the technical details that's in the prompt, right? And then you see what the system comes up with. These are things that you have to know and understand about the system to give you the best output. And the more you practice, tweaks, the more you do that, the better you will become. So what I didn't do is I chose the wrong aspect ratio. Let's just go back. Let's choose it again, 1:1. And then sometimes for especially Canva, I have to say, remove all background disturbances must be on a white background. So, and I see it here, the background should remain white, allowing removing all background disturbance. I'm just saying it again because my experience with Canvas AI is that it tends to, and you'll see here, I didn't ask for the light. I didn't ask for all the shadow again here. So this is what I mean when I say you might have to regenerate it a couple of times. This you can easily remove in editor, right? This you can easily remove. But Canva is known for all these little extras that you just didn't ask for. Okay, so let's go with, now I'm seeing shadows. I'm seeing shadows and stuff. I don't want that. So now I'm going to say without any background shadows on a clean background, and then just do a search to see if there's shadows. So that there's the problem here, casting gentle shadows. Okay, I don't want that. Place a subtle shadow. No, I don't want that. The last thing you want to buy as a user of this product is to struggle with shadows that you don't want, because you need the transparency for your journal, for your mug wrap, for your etc. You see, so it's always got these background elements, and sometimes Canva as AI is a bit of a problem. So let's see what else is here. Let's just see here. Okay, it got it first time. So because the system is biased towards the prompt, because it was originally designed in Artistly, and the pre-coded or the setting is this style, which is why it gets it first time. But I'm doing this because some people don't maybe have Artistly or Kittle or whatever system the prompt is saying. The purpose of this video is just to try and help you to navigate towards this, around this, sorry, not towards it, around it. So let's say you want to use this one. next step that you'll have to do, which is part of the quality control for if you want to actually sell it to a customer, right, is you'll have to do the edits. So let's say you don't want to upgrade, or sorry, you don't want to subscribe to this membership. You will then have to edit, and you can still get sort of what the prompt, the Vault is offering you. Look at that. So I've removed all of that. I was just trying to get it right in AI, the creator, but there are ways and means around it. So I want you guys not to be discouraged, especially when those messages that comes through, copied your prompt, but it's nothing like yours. Many things can be the issue, like which system are you using? Okay, you are using a different system. Secondly, are you applying some tweaks, right? So I hope this video has demonstrated the ways to navigate around. So I can't subscribe to 5-6 systems like you. I love your prompts, but I'm not getting the output. There's nothing wrong with this little guy over here. I would totally bundle him up, and I will make a whole consistent bundle, and I'll sell it on Etsy. Even though what you saw was artistly over here, and in some cases, I'll be very honest with you, in some cases the other systems generated better outputs. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, different look, totally different look and feel, but it doesn't mean I can't get it right with this. Do you guys see what I'm trying to explain to you? Let's say you've only got Ideogram. Ideogram is so affordable. I think it's about $10. So that's an option, right? So let's say you can only afford Ideogram. Different look and feel. It doesn't mean you can't get away with it. So what I will do is I'll take the magic prompt, or I'll click here. I'll use the magic prompt. Magic prompt means you're stepping up from your base prompt, and magic prompt is now going to pull in their prompt to try and get a better output. Okay. But what I am seeing here is it's not looking very African to me, like African theme, because that is what the theme is all about. Then I would say a African design in A. Okay, so I'm just going to add that, and I'm taking the magic prompt, right? And then I'm generating, because the only thing that I'm not happy with here, or that I still need to tweak, is the fact that I needed to look more African rather than I don't know where Happy Birthday grew. But anyway, I like this guy. So let's see what's going on here. I didn't ask for text, so I don't know why there's text on here. I don't know why this. Let's see, Happy Birthday. Happy Birthday. Like where do they say Happy Birthday? It's picking up one a joyful birthday magic prompt. I don't know where it got Happy Birthday from, but I'm gonna just regenerate. It's now generated. I like this guy. This guy's not bad looking, but it's not a birthday. Even though I'd leave it there. I'd leave it in the bundle. I think I'm rambling now. So I just let's just see this final output, and then I'm very confused about the birthday, but I'm sure it's something I can sort out on a different video. So I hope this video has shed some light about the bias of the different art generators, image generators, and basically just for you how to get around, getting it more closer to the style that you see in the Vault, because I understand that you want it to look as close to as the image that I've generated, and we just, it's important. But if you don't have the systems that I'm working on, I would say use the tips that I have just given you guys in terms of understanding system bias, and also tweak it slightly. Also to encourage you to send to me your images and your output and the system that you're using, and then I can maybe just coach you on a few, and then maybe that will set you up to able to do a next couple on your own. Okay, so but don't get despondent, don't get it's not working, I can't do this. If you will remember from my earlier videos, and I've done a few and I've spoken on this a couple of times, it's very lonely. It can be very lonely, frustrating. You feel like a failure. You feel like this is not for me. Just stick to what you know and I will never succeed. These are all emotions that I went through. So I created a whole community so that people don't feel like that. Don't feel like you are alone. There's a lot of us, and you guys don't see all the messages that I'm seeing and the support that I give in private, but I want to encourage you to reach out if you are stuck on something and you need help. So here we go. Not bad. You can tweak, you can style, that was on none. We can go on Illustrator, try again. You can copy again. Let's go on Sketch Oil. Let's see. It's just some ways that I can help you to tweak and to not be stuck on wanted. It doesn't look like yours, Lucille. So I hope this has helped you. If you've got any questions further to what I've just shared with you, feel free to reach out. I'm available in the Facebook group community, and then also the monthly members. We've got a separate community. They've got technical questions where I drop prompts before I drop it in the free community, and also not all of it, maybe 10-20% of the prompts I share in the Facebook community, and the bulk goes to the paid members. So I've got various ways for you to get hold of me. All the systems that I've used in this video, I will link the links for you in the description, and if you've got any questions, again, just feel free to reach out. Thank you for your time, and have a wonderful rest of your day. And if I don't speak to you guys, to all the moms, happy Mother's Day for tomorrow. Ciao.